All right, let's go. What are we doing?
Here's the music. I hear it. We're recording.
Oh, still going, man.
Still going.
Here we are, still going.
Hey.
Once again, root beer boot.
With an eye on the future, we look to our past to make sense of what we were up to. I'm Chris Smith.
I'm Jacob Snyder.
This is Doncast, number 9. Number 9. We'll be performing our own Revolution 9 later in the program. No, we won't.
Stay tuned.
We are going to talk about a period in our creative history, like 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9, right? I'm living in Braintree, Vermont. Jacob
is saying numbers. What are those? Mean?
Oh, those years. They were years.
Oh, okay, yeah.
06.
Okay.
07.
07. 08. Gotcha.
So in those times, we had a couple things going on. We had written this thing about Rutland, Vermont, which you can hear discussed on the previous podcast.
Opus.
Yeah, it was a long one because it was an important time of life, as was what followed, which was, dude, we got super creative. I set up a home studio in this very small cabin, and
you always had a home studio.
Yeah, but I wasn't living in a dorm, and I knew how to use it by this point.
Mm-hmm.
So those things were good, and we started into a super creative phase. The tracks that we're going to review tonight were either recorded in Bennington, Vermont, or Braintree, Vermont.
Right. Yeah, I think that's accurate.
And we did this thing about Rutland, and we had not yet figured out what we were going to do, but we were starting to do more covers, and we were doing some pretty elaborate instrumentals. Wouldn't you say?
You say elaborate.
Who could it be now?
Are you playing something?
What kind of music is this? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pause it. I restarted it. Let me take that. What kind of music is that?
What kind of music is that? That's Don Lone's music. It's patiently waiting for the first verse.
Yeah, that was about 45 seconds in. We have 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Give me a random time inside of this track to take you to, and we'll see where we went.
2 minutes and 35 seconds.
At 2:35. This is a fun game. That's not it. Wait a minute. Here's your 2:30. Cue it up, Steve.
All right, I think we want
Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. We have to endure this.
They call it a whopper. Double heart stopper. Oh, I forgot about this part. What do you call this music? Magnanimous?
Listen, there's people talking in there.
Oh, yeah.
To the Hall of the Mountain King with the Whopper. Oh, that's great.
Oh, we're back. Not getting you good.
What's going on?
Well, maybe it's okay now.
It's like the Hall of the Mountain King. Can I stop this now? We are at 4:38.
I wish you would.
Out of 727. This is called Call It a Whopper.
That's right.
And I remember recording this in Braintree.
You're missing the best part, though, which is at the end of the song. The end of the song.
Give me another moment in time. Out of 727, what do you want?
Well, right near the end, like a minute from the end.
Okay.
Because you should get the McDonald's theme song. Oh, you didn't get it.
Somewhere in that 7 minutes is, yes, you teasing the McDonald's theme song.
Inside of a song. But that's good inside of a song about Burger King.
Right. We'll leave it for the people to hear and the people to find.
We sure will.
Right. Listen, this is still going on.
It's still going, man.
There's a slowdown there.
Ooh, that was cool.
Bye, alien friends. Thanks for visiting in your Whopper.
What's our next track?
If you're awake or still dreaming.
It's what makes a concert hall have that spacious, lively sound.
This is DLP1.
This is from DLP1?
The present listening environment.
Yep.
Reverent realism of a concert hall. First,
well, it's also in another place.
That's fine.
It's okay.
Move on to another stallion.
Oh yeah. How about this? I don't think this was on anything else. I know we haven't talked about it.
Saver, the voice changer, I'm a slave labor now.
Oh, baby.
I'm the mayor with a lightsaber. Sometimes it's light work. Working in mud season doesn't matter, gasoline. We can't fool this man. Let's not come in last. Sometimes not.
Hey, what kind of music is this? What is that? This definitely fits in that time period after the Rutland album or somewhere around it. We never put it on an album.
Well, there's that line in this song. Sometimes nachos, sometimes macho, sometimes in between.
Sometimes gasoline, I think is what it is. And the drum set is great. No. It sounds like a mechanical drum set, like a monkey is just thrashing about. It's like insane.
No, I think the lyric you were looking for is doesn't matter gasoline.
That's in there too. It will be.
That's a good one.
I also like something that we did in the very first studio song, Answer in the Man. Sliding between two chords for dramatic effect.
The old half step tension.
That's where we pick up here as we enter minute 2.
Machos, sometimes macho, sometimes in between. Here's that click track.
Oh,
make it loud.
Here you go.
I turn into Clapton now.
So wait a minute. That was really great. And we've always had this running joke about, play it like Eric Clapton.
Yeah, it's a Clapton hour.
Yeah, right. Like a moment in the song is just going to have a huge electric guitar. I turn into Clapton now. And that's when you heard at least like 4 or 5 guitars doing their thing.
Maybe 8.
Yeah.
Guitars.
Yeah. Oh,
it's probably only like 4 or 3 guitars. But
so this song, if anything, it kind of is making fun of our own creative process, and we had one to make fun of, which is cool.
For sure.
I got stuck in the warm room.
Don't send me to the changer. I prefer the warm room. Not the chamber, not the slow phaser. I prefer the warm room.
Nice move.
We can't fool the last man.
That's a Ween shout out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What do you expect me to do with it? Don't send me.
Very nice. Very nice. Why did we never put this on an album? It didn't fit on the Rutland album, I guess. And
probably just didn't fit anywhere.
All right. Well, that's the Warm Room remix. You can hear it in the bonus.
Still doesn't really fit anywhere.
No, it doesn't fit in this podcast. Very silly. It's very nice, but there's the ending.
Oh, how sweet it is.
It really does have a technical. It does have a technical proficiency, which is very nice. And some of our early work really didn't have anything like that. Let's talk for a moment about in January, February 2007, my friends from Boston riding shotgun, Tom Stepsis, Joseph DePasquale, Chris Antonovich, gathered in the very small cabin that I lived in Braintree. And Jacob came over, and we spent most of the weekend wiring the place up. But by the time we did, we had electric guitar, acoustic guitar, bass, drums, keys. Though I really wasn't playing. I don't think I played many keys because.
Yeah, you did. You played lots of keys.
Yeah, I couldn't sing and play guitar at the same time. I still can't do that, but I couldn't sing and play piano at the same time at this time. But let us go now. Let's hear a few moments from that weekend in 2007 when you showed up with your Martin and plugged in and led these guys through a song that...
You ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more morning sip. Then I fumbled through my closet, my clothes, and found my cleanest dirty shirt. I washed my face and combed my hair, stumbled down the stairs to meet the day. I smoked my brain the night before, cigarettes and songs we'd been picking. And I lit my first and stopped to watch a small kid with a cane he was kicking. And I crossed the empty street and caught the Sunday smell of someone fried chicken. And it took me back to something that I lost somewhere, somehow, along the way. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing, Lord, I was stoned. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday makes somebody feel alone. And it's nothing short but dying, half as lonesome as the sun. Oh, sleep and city sidewalk, Sunday morning coming down.
Bring it back with that vocal.
I guess that's me.
There's nothing sure but dying.
Oh yeah. You're singing behind me.
Over sleeping city sidewalk, Sunday morning coming down. I saw a daddy.
Good enough. We did it.
Good enough. Isn't that nice? I say nice job, my friend.
Nice job. That's well done.
As a band leader, I mean, it took us most of the weekend to get the instruments in an arrangement.
Well, you said wired up was a big thing.
It was a big thing. But, you know, it does show that musically, boy, we had more things going on than ever during this time.
And those guys have always been good, like creative output, input, fodder, everything, all of it, with and for us.
Yeah. And collaboration like that, and collaboration in so many different places. So ridingshotgun.com, check out what they're up to. They still exist. Tom Stepsis.
They still exist.
Joseph De Pasquale and Chris Antonovich.
That's right.
There's a picture that is in the video of that, and it's us standing in that cabin, which was talk about your warm rooms.
Was that with all the like kids' instruments, holding all the kids?
That was with everything in that, the tiniest of cabins.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know how we did it.
Water running under the floor.
Yeah. Oh, it was all kinds of things in this very small hunting camp. So just a few other things to play on this podcast as we think about what between the Rutland album and what came after the Rutland album. These tracks didn't get their due. Here's one of my very favorite collaborations that was an instrumental and with a purpose, an instrumental with a purpose.
Okay.
I'll bite, he says.
Okay. All right, sir. Oh, good one. This is the bass-based tribute, right?
Yeah. Unspeakably fast bass playing, dude. What's going on here?
Not unspeakably fast at all. It's not at all.
Okay, it sounds like a lot of fun. Let's say that.
It's getting, you're a fan of saying, you get paid by the note. So that's definitely one of those.
Right. Like, I mean, it just sounds like it was complicatedly built, right? It does not sound like it was processed easily in the studio. So I'm trying to remember.
Why else would you
write the chords? And then you started laying down the bass. And then we said, hey, you know what? Let's just make this all about the bass.
Well, but really it's all about the chords.
Right. But I think we came up with the phrase, it's all about the bass.
Keep going.
Oh yeah, we're not even halfway through this tribute. But I'll stick around for that Hall of the Mountain King part again.
I think we thought this song was going to have words.
What would they be?
I don't know. We just played it so many times.
I think you've only played this bass once, so.
Good solo here. Good keyboard solo. Okay, that's weird.
It is. Okay, here's the good part. I don't know why, but this bass line right here is so freaking awesome.
Because of the piano.
That's very, very nice.
Dooba dooba doo.
It's just the repeats make it a long song, but
yes, very long.
How does it end? How's it going to end?
I hope it does end. Yeah, good.
Nice.
Good drum beat. Ooh, nice.
Wow. A lot going on there in the Bass Face tribute.
That is nice stuff. Boy, I'm glad we took the time to get through that one. That's some stellar cartography.
Oh wait, this track is still going on. Here's.
Oh, good. That's great. Thank you. What else we got? We got anything else?
Okay, there you go. Now that's over. Yeah, we got 3 more tracks to talk about right now.
Any ballads? We've like no ballads so far.
Yeah, here's the ballad that you requested to talk about. The Bass Face tribute. Let me say, Bass Face tribute is a moment where we knew when we were done. And somehow that very complicated track, we kind of knew it was done and nothing else could be done to it. And it stands to me as being something technically proficient. I knew when we did that, we could do anything. It would just take some time.
So you're saying that the cheese stands alone?
I'm saying that track showed me that technically, I mean, the drum beat is weird. The piano is cool.
It's got real drums and digital drums too.
Yeah, it's got that good mix. Yeah. And even though it didn't have words, I felt like, hey, anything we do, we could just make it an instrumental.
Sure.
And it'll be cool. Here's an example where we did not keep it an instrumental and we put words on it.
I like words.
I don't know about these words.
Yes, sir. Hi, I'd like some breakfast. We stopped serving breakfast.
I know you stopped serving breakfast, Rick. Sheila told me you stopped serving breakfast. Why am I calling you by your first names? I don't even know who you are. I still call my boss Mister. I worked for him for 7.5 years, but I walk in here all of a sudden, total stranger. I'm calling you Rick and Sheila like we're in some kind of AA meeting. I don't want to be your buddy, Rick. I just want a little breakfast.
Oh, you can call me Miss Folsom if you want to.
Sheila.
Let's stop it right there.
Take a moment before we get to a famous beat.
So this, preface this whole thing by, or with the fact that we have tried to, and successfully at times, write songs about movies. Sometimes incorporating parts of the movies into the samples, sometimes not. Sometimes the movie is just an idea for a song. but I think this is one of those where, you know, for whatever reason, we really were enamored with, you know, defense.
Yeah. So the movie is Falling Down with
Michael Douglas,
and
Robert Duvall.
That's right. We would sing about Robert Duvall and other film-based
consigliere, wartime consigliere. That's right.
Wartime consigliere.
Not the first time he would appear.
But here, thank you.
That's funny as shit.
Here we're talking about this track called Defense Power Hour. Defense is the license plate of Michael Douglas's character in this movie Falling Down. And boy, it's just a really gritty early 90s LA scene. And Michael Douglas just thinks he's going to tell everybody how it is. And he's just trying to get home. And this was our melancholy ballad. And
he gets like pushed. He just gets pushed one too many times.
Right.
And then he kind of just, you know, explodes into who he becomes.
Right. And what you just heard was Robert Duvall standing on the side of the hill when he realized that he had been behind this guy in traffic that morning, and he remembers the license plate, and he yells to Mr. Yee.
And Mr. Yee. That's right.
Mr. Yee, defense.
Because Michael Douglas knocked up Mr. Yee's convenience store, right?
With a baseball bat. Because he wanted to buy a soda for change. All right, so now musically we transition to a B part. It's just a lot of piano.
Those are cool chords.
It's like 9
You ever
chords.
heard the expression, the customer is always right?
Here I am.
Here I am.
Here I am.
I bet there's more good chords.
4.
I want lunch. I want breakfast. Well, hey, I'm really sorry. Yeah. Hey, I'm really sorry too. Calm down, everybody. Sit down over there. Hey. Mister, where you going? See, this is what I'm talking about. Turn around, look at that. You see what I mean? It's plump, it's juicy, it's 3 inches thick. Look at this sorry, this wristwatch thing. Anybody tell me what's wrong with this picture?
That's him playing with the burger.
Anybody?
How's that?
Anybody?
I said that's him playing with the burger.
Right.
Last down, preaching. Take no money. What? Take no money. Take no money. Take your hands away from your forgetters. Stop it. Slowly and distinctly. Take the money.
Oh, we're back to Mr. E's store.
Right. There's a complicated amount of editing of sound clips from throughout the movie, so it just gives you kind of a general impression. Man, I wonder what our movie-based tracks would look like if they were all together. Because we've tried a lot of different things. I wonder if we should finish something like that sometime.
It's not a bad idea.
We got 2 more tracks here on the Doncast, number 9.
Okay, what do we got?
And they're both covers. Covers will invade our creative process.
How's that? root beer boot.
Is that all you get for your money?
Hey, instead of talking about this Billy Joel cover, let's talk about what I'm drinking out of tonight, folks, which is a glass root beer boot.
Root beer boot.
Why is it known as not just a boot, but a root beer boot? Is because when I was moving, I came over, and it's a size 11. It's got 11 on the bottom. It's from the Wild Horse Saloon, and
we've always had a thing about root beer.
Jacob gave it to me a long time ago, and I knew a man who was a king of root beer.
You gave it to me initially.
Did I?
Yeah, you brought it over to my house and left it.
Where did I get it?
Huh?
I wonder where I got it.
I don't know, some fucking sale somewhere.
And then I brought it to your house and lived at your house, and then I was going somewhere.
And then you were leaving. I was like, "Yeah, you got to take the root beer boot."
Yeah, take this boot. And I tell you, I didn't break a single glass on my way out here, which is fantastic because having this root beer boot, sponsored by the root beer boot,
goes over fantastically.
It works. It's right. It's empty. That's why we're coming to the close here. There's one more song. What do you want to say about this Moving Out cover as it's playing behind us?
It's good.
Very, what's that guitarist's name?
Probably not what you were thinking.
Jose Feliciano.
That's not it.
Here it is.
The Blind, then? Going for Blind.
Yeah, we did this because there was a lot of moving. I moved a few times.
I moved.
You moved. That's right.
Yeah. A lot of moving out.
Isn't that lovely? I want to say, though, instead of writing a song, we covered Moving Out by Billy Joel. There is lessons to be learned from somebody else's song. That's always the thing, right?
Always. You can always learn more. You will always learn more about songwriting by taking on someone else's song. Always. Always.
So, we're going to have to explain ourselves pretty hardcore as we transition into older albums like covering an entire Steely Dan album or your favorite songs or the oddly titled I Got You tree. All of these things.
You start learning about, things like even like modest amounts of production value and what that means. And so then when you know how to do some of that, then you want to apply it. And sometimes the easiest way to apply it is through those songs you've learned to do that from. Other times it makes very good sense to put that treatment on a song that you wrote. So,
it's a different kind of creativity when you have somebody else's song to platform your efforts upon. You don't have to think about what the chords are or what the words are going to be. It's somebody else's constructed song and you're doing your own thing on it.
I feel like, too, with that Steely Dan stuff, that you and I both knew that catalog inside and out so well that in terms of like, can you sing this song? And you would say, yes. Like,
right.
Even if you didn't know all the words, if you put the words in front of one of us, we could, everything from Caves of Altamira to Ricky Don't Lose That Number.
That's right. Your cover of Sunday Morning Coming Down earlier was a good example.
Whatever, like it's just about due diligence. And when you've heard those songs so many times, I guess in a way it's like you sort of have to cover them.
Right. And we will, in our catalog to come, experiment with covers because it's already been done 100 times. We did it our own way. We did it my way or his way or, some way. Let's, and that leads us.
I did it my way.
That's right. Our last track tonight is a very special one, and you'd only know this because I did the editing. Somewhere on Pages, you'll find a playlist of an evening with the Green Ridge All Stars. That's that
nice.
Coming Down band that we heard earlier. Well, if you look on that playlist, there's plenty of good stuff, and there's a cover of a CCR tune. What you don't know is that we had played it out pretty well, 4 or 5 minutes long. It was late. It was the last thing in the recording. And then I'm not sure how it starts, but we decide we're going to do it again, you and I, and it's about 2 minutes and 17 seconds long. And it shows you the value of knowing a good cover because, boy, you thought we had beat the life out of it. Wait till you hear this. This is great. Again, this is from that small cabin.
2, 3, 4. Just got home, Illinois.
Oh.
The night was running door, oh boy. Got to sit down and take a rest. Off the road, yes sir. The meditation session. Pretty soon I'm singing. That you're wearing out here. Got to take a rest on the porch. That's sort of trouble. Listening to our goals. Looking out my back door. 10 green nails, something and fast. Sit right on side. Looking out my back door. Smile with me tomorrow. They all find no sorrow. Looking out my back door. We're troubled Illinois, like the front door, oh boy. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the line. Find me tomorrow. They all find no sorrow. Looking out my back door. Get down! Looking out my back door. Looking out my back door. Looking out my back door.
That's just the fun of music right there, isn't it?
That's good. That's a bunch of people playing together, know what they're doing.
I mean, exactly. Knowing where they're going. For trouble, Illinois, like a brother.
Oh boy, guitar.
I mean, it's on the verge of sloppy in one of the most fun ways ever. I'm so proud to have been there for that.
Oh no, I absolutely love it.
So, well, that brings us to the end of another Doncast here at the end of episode 9. I am proud to say the progression of our creative endeavors on the up and up.
Yeah.
And
up. No, we're only nowhere to go but up now.
No, I mean the first couple albums, sure. Here, at this level of creativity and musical production, we get a lot of stuff done. We get a little bit better on the production end. We get more experimental.
A lot better on the production end. Better on the experimental, better on the production. No, I'm with you.
Well, and we're glad you're with us here on the Doncast. As always, you can leave comments. You can tell us what you think. You can tell us what we think. You can
if you're in the sound of our voices, you can hear the entire catalog of the Don Loans Project.
That's right.
By simply clicking over to the Don Loans Project YouTube page,
which is where this audio recording lives. So if you made your way here,
it's already within a playlist you're listening to. Probably.
You're so close to the treasure chest.
If you can hear the sounds of our voices, you are so close to hearing these songs in so much higher fidelity than we're playing them on this podcast.
That's true. We've gotten better, but we're still not as good as it would be.
I don't think we need to be great at that. I think
we're good.
No, we have enough material that, like, if we even just allude to it, like, go listen to it, go check it out.
The people will hear us.
This is the whole, like, I heard a thing about a thing. Yeah, go check it out. Yeah.
Doncast.
Yeah, it's good.
The Don Loans Project. And we will do new things coming up. And if you want to have a say in what those things are, like you want to hear us cover Thin Lizzy, well, we kind of have, but we'll do it again for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to hear Moby Grape, you got a little bit of that, but we can do some more. Remember last episode? I'm like, God, it sounds like Moby Grape.
Yeah, it sounds like Moby Grape. No. Don't make that thing. Don't give people an answer. Don't do that.